Hi, I'm Mark Hinderliter. I've been blessed with a 30-year business career, most recently as a Senior Vice President of Human Resources for a billion-dollar global enterprise. What I'm most proud of was my impact on the development of the leaders and the culture across that enterprise. And the biggest source of my influence was a program I developed called Diamond Quality Leadership. So let me share with you where that came from. Around 2007-2008, I interviewed 80 successful high-level leaders from several industries: healthcare, retail, government, education, direct sales, manufacturing, and various service organizations. And I asked each of these leaders this question: in your experience, what have you seen that separates the very best leaders from the rest? You know, these were very accomplished people, so we had some great conversations. And after analyzing all the transcripts of these interviews, it was very clear to me that 6 themes emerged as the qualities and practices that separated the best leaders from the rest. So I was really excited because I realized I had something really worthwhile here, a model for what great leadership looks like. It was missing in all the leadership books I've ever read that were based on principles. And that's not really how we learn. In Albert Bandura's book titled Social Learning Theory, he explains that we learn by modeling what we observe. If you think about it, as kids, we learn from watching our parents, or older siblings, or what we saw on TV. And in our work lives, we model our bosses and more experienced people. So while we did have models to learn from, they weren't always good models. So that's why I was really excited about this leadership model. So I put the model to test in the real world where I worked. I practiced it on my own in my role as a Senior VP of HR, and I discovered that the model was spot on, and it really transformed my own leadership development. So I taught the program to every manager at every level in our global enterprise over a several-year period. And it really became the foundation for how we practice leadership as a company, and it had a tremendous impact on our culture. In fact, the CEO called the program the Bible for how we practice leadership in that company. I call it the Diamond Quality Leadership Model because I see leaders like I see diamonds, either authentic or cubic zirconia, the real thing, or fake. And you've seen that too in your career. I'd like to give you a high-level overview of the Diamond Quality Leadership Model, the 6 differentiators or facets of the diamond. As you hear these, ask yourself, do they make sense? To what degree do I practice these? And if my team or organization practice these consistently well, what impact could that have? All right, here goes. First is build trust. Trust is the glue to all human relationships, personal and business. High trust cultures outperform low trust cultures every time. Trust is first because it's first. Without it, none of the rest matters. So build trust is first. Second is serve others. Serve others is a mindset that our job as leaders is to help people succeed. The authentic leaders get it that it's not about them, it's about their people, their teams, their customers. The cubic zirconia leader is a climber. It's about them, it's about their career. And you know, people figure that out pretty quickly. Third is create clarity. Create clarity is the practice of keeping everyone on the same page, working towards the same objectives. And in dynamic, fast-changing environments, this is pretty hard to do, but it's a tremendous advantage when we do it well. Fourth is work with passion. Passion is the source that energizes us, and it's contagious. Passion comes from a sense of purpose and meaning. So think about your role as being the chief meaning officer for your function or your department or your company, and passion will flourish. So work with passion, model it. Fifth is fully engaged people. Fully engaged people is the art and science of keeping everyone involved, motivated, contributing, and working together. And it takes real leadership to accomplish that. Again, not always easy, but organizations with high levels of engagement outperform those with lower levels of engagement all day long. And you've seen the data that supports that. Last is act with courage. You know, courage takes backbone to have those tough conversations, to make tough decisions, to challenge broken processes, and to create a culture of respectful candor that always outperforms a culture of keep your head down and your mouth shut. You know, what I discovered over time was that there were 3 benefits that came from this model. First is that it's aligned with how we naturally learn. This is a set of behaviors and skills that can be modeled and developed. Second, the facets of the diamond are synergistic. So developing one influences the development of others. For example, when I build trust, it's easier for me to act with courage because I've earned the respect that allows me to. And when I do a good job of creating clarity, it can foster passion in the organization because people understand the purpose and meaning of what they do. And third, the model provides a foundation for developing a strong leadership pipeline and a healthy culture. And I'll tell you, in my experience, leadership and culture are the twin superpowers that provide competitive advantages in any business. So that's it. That's the high-level overview. And because I've been in your chair, I have a ton of respect for what you do. So I hope this was of value. Thanks a lot for listening.